Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, live here at the Collins Pearly Sports Complex Center. Your BFA Bobwhites, number 2 in the VPA, number 2 in the Northwest Access Power Rankings, hosting the gritty Crimson Tide. As mentioned, Chris, Spaulding kind of sneaking up the standings, sliding into that 6th spot. We talk about that great 5-game stretch of late. Like Jason and I like to do just before, as filling in on his behalf of being out. Not only a couple keys to both sides, but what do you have for a score prediction for an end result?
Well, I think I think BFA will probably continue in its low-scoring offensive effort tonight. I think they'll dominate territorially. I don't think there's any way any way they don't. They'll control the offensive zone. They'll control the boards in the offensive zone, which they do a really good job of. But I don't see it, again, scoring a bunch of goals. I got a 4-1 victory tonight for the Bobwhites.
And if you're the Crimson Tide, how are you going to play this mighty Bobwhite team, currently sitting at 11-2 on the year?
I'm going to shorten the shifts. I'm going to play a lot of dump and chase. I'm going to take a lot of whistles. I'm going to tell my goalie to fall on every puck within a 15-foot radius of the net. And I'm going to finish my checks. And that's one thing BFA has to do a better job with, is not only playing more physical, but finishing their checks and just establishing that, rougher style of physicality.
If there's one thing we can expect out of Chad Burke and Jason LaCroix, is a physical Spaulding team here up in St. Albans, Vermont this Wednesday night. Before we drop the puck, just a reminder, Northwest Access TV is a nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying the sports coverage throughout the year, please consider making a donation. Just visit northwestaccess.tv/donation. And we are underway as Spaulding is winning the draw. And the puck is in the neutral zone. Mass, the senior of Spaulding, look for him to get a bunch of time tonight. Tries to control it, puck thrown in the offensive zone. Corbin Schreindorfer gives chase, however, unable to apply pressure as Spaulding goes the other way. Icing called off. In the zone is Solomon giving pressure, BFA breaking it out the other way. Puck in the neutral zone, Solomon gets it all the way down. Burke will call for a line change as new legs comes out for the Tide. Colin Audie looking to chip it out, can't do so. Levi Webb gives pressure on the other end. Puck comes up through the neutral zone. Corbin Schreindorfer with it tonight. He'll throw that all the way down, and here is a line change as the second unit comes out for the Bobwhites.
Good pace so far, Cam. Spaulding not afraid to skate.
Corbin Schreindorfer coming up to that first line, filling in for Matty Merrill. Look for that line to try to gel tonight, move the puck. As they've certainly had their challenges in the past, as good as they are from a skill standpoint. But again, just something new to look for from a viewer. Puck in the offensive zone, down low, puck thrown in front to Savoy, can't collect. Liam Wood there to pick it up. He'll cycle it to his line mate, Beauregard. Wood with it, circling behind the net. Tries to get a Beauregard, does. Pass to Savoy, quick shot there. And good save by the Spaulding netminder as another shot goes up and over the net and thrown all the way down for an icing here about 2 minutes in.
So that was what we were talking about earlier, Cam. That second line for BFA coming out, controlling the play in the offensive zone, doing a nice job on the cycle. But more importantly, they had Savoy in front, setting up for 2 point-blank opportunities, and they just barely missed on that opportunity. Good
hit by Daniel Rafferty in the corner for this third unit. Behind the net. Tries to throw it in front to Wilbur. Wilbur unable to collect. Puck slides over to Gagne. He can't get that shot up. Comes up top to Lanfear. Lanfear throws it down to Gagne, doing work alongside the boards. Pressure by Hawkins. In the corner, Spaulding trying to break out. Third line doing a good unit, holding it there on the offensive zone. Puck thrown all the way down by Wilbur. Chased by Malnati, going the other way. However, BFA intercepting it. Rafferty with it now, 1-on-3. Unable to gain any pressure. Puck comes out into the neutral zone and thrown back down by Lanfear.
Third line doing an excellent job sustaining pressure offensively, Cam. Exactly what Coach Duclon needs them to do.
Spaulding in transition. Otis trying to gain control. Piper doing a good job fighting him off as he tries to break it out through Schreindorfer. Spaulding throwing it back down. Johnson giving chase. Circling back to Schreindorfer. Schreindorfer hard hit there by Mass, the captain for Spaulding. Spaulding in the offensive zone, trying to hold the blue line. Colonnati breaks it up, gets it out to the neutral zone. Tide regaining possession. Going the other way is Solomon as he throws it behind the net. Johnson there to collect. Chips up to Webb, touch pass there, intercepted. Comes behind to Lanfear. He'll look to break it out through Corbin. Spaulding doing a good job pinching those boards early.
Yeah, Schreindorfer needing to go a little bit higher off the glass to clear the zone, but you're right, Cam. Spaulding deep pinching and trying to keep it in the zone.
Puck in the neutral zone. Schreindorfer will throw that all the way down. Second line comes out. Webb and Piper accompanied on the blue line. Good stretch pass there for a breakout as number 2, Burke, gets it all the way down. And kind of like what you said early, Chris, just getting the pucks down low, really not messing around in their defensive zone at all.
No, exactly.
BFA trying to break out, can't do so. Puck up top. There's a good opportunity by number 24, McNamara. We talked about him a lot during the Doc Tulip game. He got a ton of ice time. Wouldn't expect anything less here tonight. Second line, forechecking. Beauregard with it now in the corners. 1-on-3. Able to win the battle, gets it to Savoy. Touch pass up top. Shot there by Piper.
Just missing the net.
And Piper with a shot as Beauregard tries to deflect it. Puck goes over the net. And another follow-up shot that goes up and out of play here with about 10:05 left in the first.
BFA continues to do an excellent job starting their offensive opportunities from the defensive position. I can't tell you how many defensive goals that they've scored this year. And they start with good low shots on net and get those big forwards in front looking for a rebound or a tip.
Hawkins with it down low, gets it up and out of his zone. With it now, BFA is Clark. Clark gets it down low, pass in front, and doing a good job as Longfellow, like you said, covering it up. I know you went down to Spaulding, but I could have swore when Jason and I called game 1 here at the Tulip, it was Ellison Fortin playing. And I don't believe I called Longfellow that game 1. Not sure who played the second game against the Tide.
Yeah, I don't recall who the goaltender was either. BFA, actually, as I recall that game down at Spaulding, BFA did a nice job offensively that game. They did put up some numbers. But Clarkey, number 9, Clarkey for BFA, doing a nice job on that rush, dumping it in. Thought he had a good shift there.
Yeah, Clark's one of those guys who's really developed as the year's gone on, especially as the only freshman making this team. Certainly seeing some confidence here out of him. Spaulding gaining the zone, getting it down low. Good forecheck by Mast. BFA breaking out as there's a big hit on the Spaulding forward, Solomon, one of the captain. And if you're BFA, gotta love setting a physicality early and often.
Shot by Gagne. Good save there. Good opportunity by the BFA third line.
Spaulding with it in their defensive zone, wrapping it all the way around. BFA holding it in. Duclon calls for a line change. Spaulding gonna try to stretch pass there to Solomon. However, broken up by Cam Johnson. Johnson with it, circling. Looking for a man. Puck on the near side boards and looks like it goes up and out of play with 8:43, 0-0 left in the first.
I think that's our first whistle of the period, Cam. This will be our first face-off with almost 7 minutes gone. So a very fast-paced game.
They had the one shot that went up and out of play, but other than that, you're absolutely correct. And if you're BFA, get Spaulding skating as there's an opportunity in front for the Tide. Good save there by Telfer. Puck goes wide. One thing I've noticed, and I mentioned it earlier, but BFA kind of struggling to break it out right now.
Yeah, slapping at the puck. And, they say, when you're in your own zone, you don't necessarily need to make the perfect pass, but you need to clear the zone, A, and B, you need to put the puck in safe places. BFA not doing a great job of either one of those things so far.
The one thing I've been critical is maybe holding on to the puck or letting a second more develop in the play. It just seems like they're so eager to get it off the stick. So we'll see if they can kind of slow it down a little bit and spread out the offense, as there hasn't really been any opportunities so far. First line in the offensive zone. Audie with a great cutback there. Near side boards, gets it to Schreindorfer. First unit looking to get something going here, however, broken up by Spaulding. Puck up top. There's a rebound and a goal as Ethan Audie gets the shot from the point. I think Webb was there to capitalize, but I'm not sure if Colin Audie had the initial tip. We will wait to listen in. But a great goal there early as BFA crashing the net early.
Yeah, BFA getting some big bodies in front of the goaltender Longfellow, creating possibly a screen. And Ethan Audie, who we've seen do this in the past couple of weeks quite often, creating some offense right off the wrist shot and putting it on net. And BFA up on the board, 1-0.
So again, Ethan Audie with a goal assisted by Webb and Schreindorfer, as that first line has had some production past 2 games, regardless of missing the senior captain Matt Merrill, but getting the first goal here tonight.
Nice pass there by Bobo. Bobo ridden out. Number 16, Jamison Mast. Good defense there.
Spaulding with it in the neutral zone. Good pass there. Streaking is Spaulding. Shot on net. Save by Telfer. Telfer, I didn't manage to catch the CVU game, but only 1 goal allowed. I know he looked pretty sharp there against Rice last week.
Yeah, he had a great game against Rice. He didn't see a lot of action on Saturday night, Cam. So, but did what he had to keep the puck out of the net.
Skating the other way is the third line for the Bobwhites. Puck comes down into the Spaulding zone. Giving chase is Cresco. Cresco gets it over to Mast. Broken up, however, by Rafferty. Down to Gagne. Gagne's broken up by Spaulding, going the other way. Good move there by Mast. However, BFA able to get it back down low, as we're just under halfway through this first. Shot there on net, that's blocked. Rebound in front, scrummage, and there's a whistle and a little bit of pushing back and forth. One thing I know, Daniel Rafferty, physical player for this team, he's not going to let you push him around, especially in front of the net.
No, and there's nothing wrong with that. A little bit of attitude. I'm not saying you're doing anything cheap, but stand your ground, let them know that you're there, and it's a physical game, and you got to bring some attitude here.
Yeah, I certainly remember game 1 against Spaulding, probably one of the more physical games they've played all year. So far, it hasn't really been that, just more Spaulding trying to skate with BFA. However, we'll look for that to change as BFA may be able to separate, and there's a hit and a delayed penalty. And I would say that's charging based on the amount of steps on number 20, Thayer.
I think it's, yes, Thayer hit Levi Webb right up in the chops there. And, of course, helmet, head contact of any kind, whether it's head-to-head or elbow-to-head or shoulder-to-head, is probably going to get you a call. And I don't think it was a dirty hit by any means, but it's just where the hit landed on Levi that probably brought the... Yeah, but I think they're calling it a charge. So, Anyway, BFA on the power play, and actually, refs are giving them a 5-minute.
Yeah.
So,
you saw that upper body contact, but those 3 steps all day, I mean, you're just asking for it.
You know what, though? 5 minutes is a little bit extreme.
I would agree. We had issues with the penalties last game. Hate to say it, but could have been the difference in the outcome. But pass here quickly in front and a rebound by Beauregard. Save there by Longfellow. But yeah, hopefully the officiating tonight is a little bit more consistent. I do agree. I don't think that was 5 minutes worth, but that was what was called.
I even have a problem with the charge. I mean, again, incidental contact to the head, maybe an elbow, but the charge and the 5 minute, I got a problem with that.
So I just listened in. It looks like they called head contact, which is why it was the major. It certainly looked like a charge, but 2-on-1 opportunity, shorthanded for Spaulding, broken up by Ethan and Colin Audie. Puck behind the net. Spaulding doing a good job just tying that up.
Yeah. So, you know, a great job there by number, I think it's 16.
Yeah.
For the time.
Yeah, Mast.
And, you know, BFA trying to regroup on the power play. You never take a penalty, Cam, on the power play. And that was a dumb play by the Bobwhite power play there. They got called for, what was it, hooking?
No, tripping.
Tripping. So credit the Spaulding forward, Mast, for creating the penalty, and now both teams playing five-a-side.
Yeah, and that's
four-a-side.
And that's what we saw 2 games ago, was they would get on the power play and then take a penalty. Now, I know the officiating was kind of questionable, but really unable to get into any flow.
You know, and that's where discipline kicks in. And, you know, when you go down the stretch against the better teams, and I know you and I had this conversation after the Rice game, the difference in that game was 2 power play goals, basically. But when you go down the stretch against the better teams, you can't take penalties like that.
So, again, BFA up 1-0, 5:30 left in the first. It'll be 4-on-4 for 1:40, and then you'll have about 2:20 worth of a BFA power play. Unfortunately, unable to capitalize off the 5 minutes in full, but there's a quick touch pass by Liam Wood to Levi Webb. Webb throws it down. Webb and Wood have been a good 4-on-4, or at least 4-man unit for this Bobwhite team. As I don't mention, they've given up a ton. I know it's even strength here, but good little touch pass there. And we get an icing as Spaulding's kind of just throwing it down the ice, taking whistles when they can.
So, yeah, no, you're right. Levi and Liam have grown up playing hockey together. They've always had a little chemistry going. And on that particular play, Levi was trying to clear the zone, or Liam was trying to clear the zone and create a passing lane, but got clogged up. Spaulding got the whistle.
Puck in the BFA offensive zone, broken up by Savoy, however, intercepted going the other way is Lombardi. Shot there wide, was looking for Otis in front, just missed him. Lanfear with it now, chips it to Beauregard. Beauregard streaking, good pass there to Savoy. Savoy gets it down low. And McNamara will pick it up for the Tide. He'll cut back, looking for a pass to Otis. Otis just kind of chips it down into their offensive zone where he gets support from Lombardi, and puck comes all the way down and in on net. And the goalie, Michael Telford, just takes a whistle here with 4 minutes on the dot left.
Yeah, Mike not taking any chances in your own zone. Good call by him.
Not a bad turnout tonight. Decent little student section. They've been certainly loud here early.
Yeah, no, the behind the nets filled in nicely, and there's a good crowd for sure. Stephen Spaulding's got a nice contingency, but we're going to get another BFA penalty.
Yeah, it's going to be on Frady's. I know number 16, Mass, kind of turned his back at a really bad timing. I don't think Frady's was going in for the hit from behind. I think that's what they're reviewing. But again, just a bad timing penalty. As the back gets turned, the last thing you got to do is follow through with that check. You're going to get called every time.
Absolutely, and with 7 seconds left in BFA's penalty, they were going to go out on a, for the rest, a 2.5-minute power play. And instead, they're going to negate that and be in the box and actually be a man down here for 7 seconds and then be even strength. So, again, another dumb penalty.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, my one argument there is quickly is it's 2 minutes for roughing. I don't really know how that's roughing with the puck on the boards like that, and the kid was going to make a hit. But regardless, like you said, there goes the power play opportunity as there's 3:20 left in the first. Spaulding in their offensive zone, currently 4-on-4. Ethan Audie with it now, skating behind the net. Ethan's got speed, going all the way down through the neutral zone, looks to cut to the outside, finds space against McNamara. There's a hit on Audie by McNamara. Puck comes out to the Tide. Breaking it out is a stretch pass, going the other way is Mast. Move there in front of the net, broken up by Webb and Johnson. Puck gets thrown back down on Telfer. Telfer pushes it to Piper. Good pass there by Piper as Corbin Schreindorfer with room. Quick cut there and a shot as Longfellow makes the save. Spaulding going the other way. Lambardi gets it down low. Puck, BFA defensive zone, near side. With it now is Lambardi. Tries to get a shot off, can't do so. Puck going the other way, 2-on-2. And Colin Audie tries to hold on sides, but Schreindorfer
hung on to it a little bit too long, Cam. Schreindorfer was trying to straddle the blue line, or actually Audie was trying to straddle the blue line there as long as he could. But his momentum took him over the blue line for the offsides.
So face-off in the neutral zone, far side boards. 15 seconds left on the Frady's roughing and 45 seconds left on the Thayer head check. One-on-one opportunity by BFA, broken up. Savoy tries to come in for the shot. However, Spaulding going the other way is Solomon. I don't know how Solomon thinks he's going to get through two defenders with one hand on the stick.
Well, we've talked about this endless times, mostly with BFA, but he had absolutely no help with him. He tried to split the BFA D, which at this level isn't going to happen. You're better off waiting for some help to come into the zone.
Well, you're only going to have so many odd man rushes against this team. Can't imagine that you're preaching one hand on the stick, but hey, it's not our team. Regardless, it's a one-goal game, and going the other way is Spaulding. One-on-one, he's dragged down, no call there. Good play by Cam Johnson, questionable on the call, but BFA will take it.
Yeah, I suppose given the history of the calls in the first period here, BFA lucky they didn't get called again.
Yep.
For maybe a trip or a holding.
And we knocked Solomon there for one hand on the stick, but he had that great defensive play to break up the neutral zone of the Bobwhites defenders and had a one-on-one opportunity in the late stages of the first period. Puck in front to Beauregard. That's deflected down low. Comes over to Aiden Savoy, back to Beauregard. Beauregard, quick cut there. Savoy comes in to support. Beauregard still with it. Looking for someone. And there's a whistle with 33.3. And the third unit's out here. Looks like it's Swainbait, Gagne, and Wilbur. Puck comes out through the neutral zone. Burt going the other way for the Tide, gets it down low. Frady's with it now, cuts back. Chips it out through Gagne. However, intercepted by Burt. Puck in the neutral zone. Brady Lambardi with it, shot there wide. Clark with it now for the Bobwhites. And there we hit triple zeros as BFA will take a 1-0 lead going into the first intermission. So just like that, we hit the first period mark, 1-0 Bobwhites. Ethan Audie with the goal, assisted by Webb and Schreindorfer. They had some success last game against CVU. I know they got some scoring there. And from there, it was just 3 whistles, some questionable calls, maybe some good ones. Reese Thayer had the 5-minute head check where we thought the Bobwhites were going to have an opportunity to kind of jump out maybe to a 2-3 goal lead.
Yeah.
And then you've got Colin Audie with the tripping and then Frady's with the roughing that really negated all of that 5 minutes.
Well, absolutely. BFA had the momentum after the Ethan Audie goal. Ethan starting the offense like he's done so many times this season. BFA creating offense from their defensemen. Puck goes back to them, forwards crash the net, and they've enjoyed a lot of success there. And it really looked like BFA was kind of controlling the game and setting their own style of play and letting Spaulding kind of play to their level. And then, you get the 5-minute major to Spaulding. BFA should have capitalized on that opportunity. Instead, it was a power play marred by BFA penalties, which ended up negating just about all of the 5 minutes. So, again, you at this stage of the game, you've got to reel that in. Mm-hmm. You've got to tell your kids that the 5-minute power play is an opportunity. Mm-hmm. We cannot take penalties during that stretch of time, they didn't, and as a result, Spaulding very much still in this game.
Yep.
1-0 BFA, and credit Spaulding for hanging around.
And the one thing you kind of noticed going in, which I think we knew that to start, was Spaulding's bigger size kind of shrinking the ice. I kind of noticed really BFA just bunched up, unable to find really any skating lanes, good shooting lanes, not really a lot of scoring opportunities there for the Bobwhites. I wouldn't say Spaulding had a ton either, but it seemed like Spaulding at least getting a lot of shots from the outside. But, if I'm Toby Duclon and staff, it's, how can we try to spread out this ice a little bit instead of just going back and forth? Because, again, I just feel like the goaltender for Spaulding, Longfellow, other than that one goal, has really been able to just kind of stay in a good position and hasn't really been scared so far.
With the exception of the second line for the Bobwhites, who had a shift early in the game where Aiden Savoy had 2 point-blank opportunities, BFA had no really good quality chances at all.
Yep.
Again, doing a nice job controlling the boards. They cycle the puck. They win a lot of puck battles, but they really struggle creating an opportunity in front of the other team's goalie. So what are they doing? They're kicking it back out to their point men, which in theory should open up the ice a little bit if the other team's forwards are going to come out and challenge the BFA defenseman. And instead, BFAD have time and space to let a shot go, and that's how they've been scoring goals.
No, very good point there. We'll look to see what comes in the second period. It's that time as the first intermission. We'll give you our Northwest Access power rankings. Chris, I'll kind of go through. I know some of maybe the other teams in Division II you're not too familiar with, but we'll give you a chance to chime in on what you know about each team. Quickly, like we like to do, outside looking in, currently new this week is Milton 9-5-1. 2 of their losses to Division I teams, Colchester High School 5-3, South Burlington 4-1, and then both, 2 strong wins against MMU and Linden, both inside the top 4. But Dad, you're familiar with this area. Milton typically has a good program year in and year out. What do you like about the Yellow Jackets?
Well, they're always a gritty team, like you said. They always bring a few good quality hockey players to the ice surface. I would say they're a line and a half worth of their team are Division I caliber kids. So they're a community that plays Division II, but you catch them on the right year. They typically have solid goaltending. They'll have, like I said, a couple of kids who can score. And they're always in the mix for a Division II title. and in a bubble Division I team. So I'm not surprised that they're enjoying success. They just don't have the same depth that the D1 teams have.
Yeah, and number 5, last week was 5 as well, is Hartford. Has the best winning percentage at 15-0. As Jason and I had said in our previous broadcast, only beating Division II teams to this point, but beating number 3 Linden at the time 8-0. But again, number 5, we have the Hartford Hurricanes, another team that you've been familiar with in the past, kind of similar to a Milton.
Yeah, Hartford's a community that they've done a tremendous job with the girls program down there. Boys, they've struggled a little bit more breaking through into the Division I conversation. 15-0, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
You got to give them kudos. Staying undefeated at this point of the year is very difficult. I don't care what division you're playing in.
Yep.
I don't know that I've got them in my mix there, but you know.
Well, hey, that's why you're just filling it tonight. I can promise you folks that 15-0 Hartford is there. There's no other teams in D1. But I know you're really familiar with this top 4. Again, no mix-up in the top 4. Colchester 9-4, sitting at number 4.
Colchester is another dangerous team. They're a notch above a Spaulding, a notch above South Burlington, a notch above CVU, and then just a little bit of a notch below Rice, Essex, and BFA. But they certainly have a line and a half of good offensive weapons. Defensively, they've got a couple of kids that can hold their own too. Their problem is going to be between the pipes, and I'm not saying this, picking on their goalie. Their goaltending is less experienced than the rest of their team.
Yep.
If they had a kid who was a little bit more experienced between the pipes, that Colchester team would absolutely be a team that I would not want to play in the playoffs. And you never know, but yeah, they've got they got one of the best skaters in the state of Vermont with Alex Rubley, and he's got a couple of kids around him that can feed him the puck, and
last week 3 sitting at number 3, 8-4-1 Essex. I know Jason and I probably took some heat for this last week with Essex coming in and beating BFA 3-1. BFA again battling injuries, COVID issues, but Essex Hornets always there in the top 5, sitting at 8-4-1.
Essex very well coached, like you and I talked about. They move the puck probably a little better than BFA. They are by no means as skilled as the Bobwhites. I don't think they're as deep as the Bobwhites. They've got good goaltending. They do every year. They're going to be a team that's going to keep the score low, and BFA has to be able to solve that team.
Yep.
And they're going to have a chance to go down to Essex and do that. And that's where BFA's true colors are going to shine here.
Yep. Last week number 2, this week number 2, BFA at 11-2.
11-2, a very respectable record at this stage of the year. You and I both have talked to Toby plenty of times in the past. Toby doesn't put a lot of emphasis on wins in December and January. He's more concerned with wins in February and March, which he absolutely should be. I like the fact that they've lost. I think that positions them for a grittier, more aggressive, throw everything at the wall type of attitude going into the playoffs. They're going to take nothing for granted. So I like the fact that they've been handed a couple of losses, but they really, really, really have to take these next 5 games and win them.
Yeah. And
win them in a fashion that is a representation of the type of team that they have. You can't just go out and muck it up. You got to go out and play a style of play that you're capable of. And so I'm really looking for BFA in the next 5 games to really start to tell us who they are.
And they'll have an opportunity to do that with Colchester this weekend.
Yep.
Essex next Wednesday, and potentially a rematch against Rice. But like you said, other than that 6-3 win against Colchester, and maybe a 5-2 or 5-3 game, I believe, against Northeast Clinton, we've been seeing the games all year. I've been calling them. No real key wins other than that, so I agree with you 100%. Got to really dive in and step up and perform like the team that we know they can be.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go into a game and play the other team's style of play. You got to go in and set your bar high. And I'm waiting for the Bobwhites to do that. I know they have it in them. And I know they've been battling injuries.
Yep.
Absolutely. But everybody battles injuries.
Yep.
And they have the team that they're probably going to end up going with for the rest of the year right now. So right now is this is the start of the rest of the season tonight. And they've got to show us who they are.
And sitting steady, have been there for the majority of the week, is 11-0-1 Rice. Last week, again, like I said, number one, their only tie coming to Essex at a 1-1. But your Rice Knights, what do you like about Rice?
Rice, smart, well coached. Again, they've got a couple of good defensemen. I wasn't overly impressed with their forwards. I got a couple of kids that can move the puck, skate with the puck as forwards, but I didn't think there was anything nifty about their offensive team. But I thought defensively they were very strong, and they're very strong between the pipes.
Yep.
And again, like Essex, they move the puck better than BFA does. So guess what?
Yep. And
they're going to be tough.
And there's your Northeast Access top 5 of the week. We'll be back here, well, it'll be next Saturday for next week's results. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors: Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center, Barrett Ford, JC Image, and Handy Toyota, as well as Corporate Outfitters. If your business would like to be a sponsor for Northwest Access TV sports coverage this winter, please contact 802-782-8676. With that being said, we'll take a quick break, pan over, and be here live for second period puck action. All right, again, Cameron Wood alongside Chris Wood here at the Collins Pearly Sports Complex. Number 2 BFA hosting the Spaulding Crimson Tide, 1-0 Bobwhites, as they win the draw and get it into the offensive zone. After those 3 penalties, we will have even strength here as Ethan Audie gets a shot just wide of the net. In BFA taking these first couple moments to try to gain a little bit of offensive production, but Spaulding able to pick it up and throw it all the way down as the icing's called off. With it now, Ethan Audie breaks it out to his brother Colin. Touch pass to Webb, 2-on-2. Great shot by Webb, and an even better save by the goaltender Longfellow, as BFA, similar to the Aiden Savoy opportunity, gets a great shot there early.
Yes, Levi Webb with a nice wrist shot, quick wrist shot, used the defenseman as a screen. Longfellow comes up with a nice glove save.
Draw won by Wood down in the corner. With it now, Burke. Burke gets it over to Malnati. Puck comes up top to Wood. Wood dishes up to Clark. Back to Wood. Wood unable to hold on. Puck comes down to Savoy. 2-on-2 battle in the boards. Spaulding winning that. Breaking out the other way is Thayer. Thayer gets it down low as Burke gives chase. Clark there to collect. Breaks it out through Savoy and Wood. Puck thrown all the way to the other side as Frates gets it out into the neutral zone. Puck coming down to the offensive zone of the Bobwhites, collected by Malnati. The Spaulding defenseman throws it all the way down as BFA will get a line change. Gavin Clark will go to chase.
Coach Duclon rolling quick shifts right now, and that's another thing that they've been able to do, is wear other teams down in the third period with these 3 lines and quick shifts.
Big hit there by Frates on the Spaulding forward, Pelletier. And if you're BFA, you gotta love a big body, a big physical player like Frady's throwing Spaulding around in the offensive zone. Last thing you need is them getting some backdoor opportunities from pucks being thrown in the front of the net from the corners.
12:49 left here in the second period.
Shot there just wide by McNamara. Skating out through the neutral zone is Webb. Good touch pass to himself. Gets it down low. Able to work around McNamara. Pass up top to Lanfear. Quick move by Lanfear. Shot there in front. Schreindorfer tries to get the shot off. Can't do so. Audie there to pick it up behind the net. Good cut there by Audie. Up top to Lanfear. Lanfear gets it back down to Audie. With it. Good move. Puck comes in front, up top to Lanfear. Lanfear tries to throw it down low, intercepted by Spaulding up into the neutral zone. However, comes back down and across to McNamara as they'll take a chance to get a line change. Shot on net. Good save by Telfer, puck in front. BFA trying to pick it up, able to do so is Johnson. He's kind of held up there. No call. Puck pinched in by number 5, Malnati. Levi Webb finally able to get it out. A little pushing and shoving on the far side corner. We'll look to see how disciplined these teams stay here. Puck going the other way. Levi Webb unable to cut around his defenseman. Puck in the neutral zone. With it is Lanfear. Lanfear chipping it all the way down. Second unit giving chase is Wood and Beauregard. Beauregard with it. Circling back up top. Good pass to Ethan Audie. Good move by Audie in the slot. Passes it to Wood. Wood in front. Good touch pass there to Beauregard. And it's in! It's in! And there's that second line puck movement we were anticipating since this line came together. Ethan Audie getting a pass up top, touching it around the boards, down low to Wood. Wood finds his man in front, and sure enough, puck trickles in for a 2-0 Bobwhite lead.
Yeah, that was textbook right there, Cam. I was critical of the Bobwhites not creating opportunity in front of the other team's goalie. That was a great opportunity where the Bobwhites started from up top, went down low. Liam had his man out front and Bobo makes no mistake.
So just like we call it, Beauregard always has a knack for finding the back of net. Wood and Ethan Audie with the assist. Great goal by this second unit with about 5 minutes left. 5 minutes in the second. Wood skating all the way through the neutral zone. Puck broken up just along the blue line.
I'm okay with that. Liam tried to did a little back pass there, and it was intercepted by one of the Spaulding defensemen. But I think BFA needs to do more of that. It's an odd man rush or an even up man rush, but trying to spread out the Spaulding D and find your line mates instead of just dumping it down deep and trying to win a puck battle down low. Trying to make something happen going into the zone, Cam.
And Ethan Audie with his second point tonight, had a goal in the first period, has been an absolute force defensively for this BFA team, not only from a defensive standpoint, but an offensive standpoint as well. Clark with it in the neutral zone, getting it down low. McNamara chasing for the Tide. He'll cut around Gagne as the puck comes all the way over to the far side of the boards. Looks like Rafferty's there to break it up. Gagne with it behind the net. Gets it over to Wilbur. Wilbur trying to keep it in. Unable to do so as puck comes out top to Frady's. Frady's throws that back down. Just under 10 minutes left in the second. Pass in front there to Rafferty. Unable to get a shot off. Spaulding going the other way is Booten. Booten getting it down low. And Chad Burke calling for a line change for Spaulding. As you start to notice, getting into this halfway point, BFA starting to spend a lot more time in their offensive zone.
Yeah, I was just going to make note of that. Bobwhites starting to kind of flex their muscles a little bit and moving the puck, skating with the puck. Much better job this first half of the second period.
Puck in the neutral zone, chipped up to Webb. Webb gets it down, however, picked up by Spaulding. With it now is Morris. Morris breaking it out through Solomon. Good move by Solomon, 2-on-1. Looks for a pass in front, can't find Otis, and BFA skating the other way. 2-on-2 is Webb and Schreindorfer. Webb with speed. Back behind the net, puck coming all the way up top, where Schreindorfer's there to pinch it off. However, puck up and into the neutral zone. Lanfear over to Johnson. Johnson down low. BFA will call for a line change. Bobwhites with it now, and puck comes up and out of play. Just a reminder, Northwest Access TV is a nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying the sports coverage throughout the year, please consider making a donation. Just visit northwestaccess.tv/donation. Hey, Chris, I know this is your first full game. Let's just keep an eye, because we do have our Northwest Access Player of the Game that we got to do post-game. So we'll bring you the Player of the Game and hand out one of those awesome shirts by Corporate Outfitters. Thanks again to our sponsor there.
Yeah, the wheels are spinning on that, Cam. I'm making some notes here. And
good. So about 7:30, halfway through, Bobwhites up 2. Bobwhites with a really tough 2-game stretch. I mean, not only Spaulding, but starting to zero in on Colchester and Essex. Certainly want to finish this one strong.
Yeah, totally agree. What happens from here to the end of the year is very, very important.
Aiden Savoy with a shot on net. Pass by Beauregard. Good blocker save by Longfellow. And I know you couldn't remember the goaltender. I'm pretty positive that Foran played the first game, but Longfellow's made some good saves. Maybe part of the reason why Spaulding's been able to go 3-2 their past 5.
Yep, Spaulding's had good goaltending all year, and like I said, I don't remember the last game. I know Spaulding did give up gave up more goals.
Well, I mean, the only reason why I say that is because you look at the first half of the year, they're losing 6-1, 7-1, 7-2, 6-2, 7-2. In this last 5-game stretch, 5-4 win, 6-2 win, 7-3 win, 5-1 loss, 5-2 loss. So definitely winning more games, but have narrowed up the goal differential. And I'm thinking maybe a goaltender change, both of them being juniors, could be a reason for that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm looking at this Spaulding roster. I only see 5 seniors, so this is going to be a team to contend with next year.
Yeah. And just for your reference, that's the Spaulding schedule thus far, or the results, I should say. Feel free to zone in on that. Third line going the other way. Picked up by McNamara, the Tide. 3-on-2.
Right.
Solomon with it and delayed offsides.
Good call there by the referee.
Or I shouldn't say delayed, it was offsides.
Yeah. So.
Looks like we got some type of theme in the student section. A lot of ski helmets, hockey helmets.
Yeah, there's been a lot of that at the gym too during the basketball game. So a lot of school spirit.
Yeah.
Kids are getting creative, having some fun with the up in the stands.
Well, I know the weather's suspect, but there's a great shot and almost an even better tip from Ethan Audie as Colin tries to tip that. Puck in front, shot there off the rebound. Webb with it, gets it up to Piper. Nice low shot by Piper and a rebound. And Colin Audie there to pick up the Piper rebound. And BFA was starting to get away with that, but Cam Piper doing a good shot, getting a low one on net. And sure enough, Colin Audie there to bang it in.
Again, the puck goes back to the BFA D. The defense all year has done a really nice job getting off a quick wrist shot. Forget the days of slap shots, Cam. Quick wrist shots. Ethan Audie doing an amazing job. That particular time, Cam Piper doing it again, and Ethan Audie there to bang home the rebound.
So shot on net by Spaulding there and a whistle by Telfer. It looks like Audie from Webb and Piper. So Piper getting the initial shot. Levi Webb there maybe for the initial rebound, but Audie there to finish it off with the final rebound. And I was just going to say, I know the weather's not the best, but we're starting to come in to February, March where the VPA playoffs come to play, and there's a lot of excitement around these schools and their fan base.
Yes, the playoff fevers is starting to catch hold.
2-on-1, shot there, and an even better goal by Sean Beauregard, who opens up the floodgates, and the student section is up on the glass, and this is what we've been looking for. Great shot by Sean Beauregard. This second line getting their second goal tonight, and BFA with a commanding 4-0 lead.
Good job again. Like you said, the start of the second period was clearly BFA coming out and starting to play their style of play, and the second line has done a really, really good job.
And that is an unassisted goal by Beauregard, his second of the night. And there's a rebound in front as Rafferty tries to cash one in, and this third line's trying to get in on the action.
You know, scoring's contagious, Cam. Once you start it, the floodgates open up, and then everybody kind of starts to get the success pattern for it. So third line coming out and trying to cash in on their own.
So puck in the defensive zone for the Bobwhites. Lanfear there. Lanfear, who was a forward last year, I thought he's fit in nicely as a defensive player for this BFA team after losing, you know, 3 key guys last year.
Well, as he has always played defense.
And shot on net by Schreindorfer on a one-on-one opportunity. Even better pass by Webb. Puck comes all the way back where Ethan Audie picks it up. 3-on-2, touch
Nice
pass there. Even
nice.
better pass. Even better shot in front, just wide. And there was a great tic-tac-toe play.
Good puck movement there. Some of the best all year right there for the Bobwhites first line.
And I don't know if you noticed this, I'm sure you did, but they slowed that play down a little bit.
Yeah.
They let guys move to open space.
100%. Great shift by the BFA first line.
So Colin Audie getting it down low. Looks like it's a delayed offsides. 3:20 left. And geez, you know, and that's the type of movement that they need against an Essex or Rice.
There was 5 kids that touched the puck on that one play, and I know they didn't score, but boy, that's some of their best opportunities all year.
And give the coaching staff credit, having your captain, one of your senior leaders go down, finding a guy to fill in and come up with plays like that. Goal or no goal, I mean, that's just great movement top to bottom, like you said. Clark with it now behind the net. Pressure from the Spaulding forwards. Near side boards, tough to make out the numbers from here. Liam Wood with it in the neutral zone. Frady's there with it. And looks like maybe the puck came up and touched out of play because there's a whistle. Looks like it'll be here, far face-off center ice, closer to the BFA offensive zone. So Wilbur set to take the draw.
2:40 left here in the second period.
44-0 Bobwhites. Third line out there. Parker Gagne giving chase. Parker Gagne with some good forecheck right there. With it now is Rafferty circling back. Looking for Wilbur, can't find him. Stretch pass going the other way for Spaulding, and a shot on net by Burke as Telfer covering that one up. 2:15 left in the second. No penalties this period, all goals.
Yeah, no, the game has been very clean. The referees are keeping their whistles in their pockets. I love that. And they're letting the teams kind of free will out there, or at least BFA's free willing right now as they enjoy a 4-0 lead.
McNamara throws it back down as Mast trying to get something going for the Tide. With it now, gets it over to Solomon. Solomon held by Colin Audie there. Puck comes in front, shot, rebound behind the net. Colin able to chip it out to Webb. However, Spaulding doing a good job holding it in. And Johnson will flip it up and out of the zone. Puck back into the BFA defensive zone. Lanphier with it now. Up top to the neutral zone, thrown back down. Telfer there to collect, Johnson to gather. Trying to break out here near side boards of the Bobwhites offensive zone. Johnson will have to circle
He's got
around.
Audie going through the neutral zone.
Johnson will have to circle around to Webb on the other side with Audie.
You got to give that puck up. He had Ethan Audie skating right through the neutral zone.
And a delayed call here on the Bobwhites.
Yeah.
I think we jinxed that a little too early. As I said, no penalties, but the Bobwhites will go to the box. Looked to me like a holding. No, elbowing. I don't know. I'm in a football frenzy. Just under a minute left. So, yeah, Webb.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Webb there with the elbow. Weber, you know, I mean, he likes to get into it, and you certainly need that, but maybe not the best time for a penalty with a minute left. You're up 4-0. Last thing you want is them to get a quick power play goal to get some momentum going into the third.
Yeah, they had an odd man rush going into the offensive zone, and
puck in front. Good save by Telfer, picked up by Beauregard and thrown all the way down as Spaulding had a really great opportunity there.
Like I was going to say, they had an odd man rush going into the offensive zone, and they went from a missed opportunity there to a penalty. And I know kids get frustrated, but that's the discipline you got to have going forward.
McNamara slides it over. Good shot on net by Solomon. Better save by Telfer. McNamara with it, chips it, near side board to Solomon. Solomon looks for a man, pass in front, great opportunity by Spaulding, and BFA defenders able to break it up with about 15 ticks left in the first. Spaulding will have about a minute left on their power play to start the third, but a couple great opportunities for them there late.
Yeah, BFA lucky that Spaulding didn't get on the board right there. As the buzzer sounds, end of the second period, our score, the Bobwhites 4 and the Spaulding Crimson Tide 0. But yeah, BFA did a really, really nice job through 3/4 of that second period, establishing a flow of play based on some puck movement, based on some physicality and their ability to sustain offensive pressure. They created shots in front of the other team's goalie, which we haven't seen a lot this year. The defense continued to do a nice job. Quick release from the point, getting the pucks down low onto the net. BFA scoring a rebound goal there. So doing a lot of the things right. And then kind of, kind of tainting the period by just not playing very smart in the last couple of minutes. And again, I mean, they're kids. You don't mean to be critical, but good teams know when they have to be disciplined, and they know when they can, when they can seize the opportunities to put a game away. BFA was right on the verge of being able to seize that opportunity. Instead, they give Spaulding a 2-minute power play, and they're darn lucky Spaulding's not on the board.
Yeah, and we're going to try to move this along so we get a little break for everybody here before the start of the third. But BFA up 4-0. There's 1:01 left on the Webb elbow. Just a quick run through in the second to start it off. That second line, Beauregard from Wood and Ethan Audie. Ethan Audie with his second point tonight, had a goal in the first period. And then his brother Colin Audie with a good goal, assisted by Webb and Piper. I thought that play really started with a good shot on net by Piper.
Yep.
And then right back at it is the second line with that unassessed individual effort, better shot by Shawnee Beauregard to give BFA the 4-0 lead. And again, as mentioned, we capped off the period with the Webb elbow. That's BFA's third penalty through 2 periods. Would like to see him play a pretty clean third. But regardless, a lot of great puck movement there, and I'm really excited to watch them in the third.
Yeah, I think so too. Going into the third, BFA, again, because of their 3 lines, and they're able to come at you 1, 2, 3 with 3 pretty darn strong lines. BFA should be able to kind of really tire Spaulding out and come out and hopefully score a few more goals and put this game
off of the bracket. Number 6, Spaulding High School. And then finally, your BFA Bobwhites number 2, hosting that gritty CVU team at number 7. Again, we want to take a quick break here, but anything stand out as far as the current bracket and how it would look to date?
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much as it should be. And it's nice having the number 1 seed. In theory, sometimes it becomes an easier path to the finals. But I'm not sure Colchester at a 4 playing a number 1, assuming they both matched up, is an easy task for anybody. And certainly BFA at a number 2, they know they're going to have to beat a team as good as an Essex. So, you got to beat the best to be the best. And ultimately, whether you're a 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, or 4th seed, you're going to have to run through the league and prove that you're the best team. So I think those matchups are pretty much the way they should be.
Yep.
Assuming nothing really juggles much between now and the end of the year.
Yep.
I think, speaking from, personalizing that a little bit, BFA has to just kind of fine-tune everything and be prepared to play some gritty games going down the stretch and play their game. Don't worry about what the other team plays or the style of play, or don't worry about, just play your game. And now that their lines are kind of in place for the rest of the season, they should focus on working those line combinations and really getting to know each other.
Let's take a moment to thank our sponsors: Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center, Barrett Ford, JC Image, Handy Toyota, and Corporate Outfitters. If your business would like to be a sponsor for Northwest Access TV sports coverage this winter, please contact 802-782-8676. With that, we'll take a break, and we will be back for third period action. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Cameron Wood alongside Chris Wood. No Jason Bliss tonight, a.k.a. Uncle Blister.
Where is Blister?
He's in Hawaii.
I don't mean to interrupt, but...
Yeah, well, you've been interrupting all night. I mean, geez, we're trying to get the videographer a bathroom break, and we can't get you to stop going, but hey, I think that's where I got it from. But no, Bliss is in Hawaii. We miss him. I certainly do. We'll get...
Business or pleasure?
Pleasure. Him and his beautiful wife, Megan Manahan.
Oh, I love that for them.
Manahan main name, obviously. But no, live here at Collins Pearly Sports Complex and Fitness Center. BFA number 2 in the state, Division 1, up 4-0. We saw a lot more production there in the second period offensively. What do you What do you expect down the stretch, Chris?
Well, I think if you're Spaulding and you're Spaulding coach, 4 goals seems like an insurmountable amount. I think you're just telling your kids to go out and win every shift and just, again, build on the momentum they've been able to build on the last couple of weeks. For BFA, let's play a perfect period full of puck movement and good opportunities, and let's stay out of the box and play discipline.
Just a reminder, Northwest Access TV is a nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying the sports coverage throughout the years, please consider making a donation. Just visit northwestaccess.tv/donation. Just about a minute left on the web elbow call, and Spaulding will be on the power play. So far is 0 for 2 on the power play, but another great opportunity in front on Telfer, as generating some good opportunities right where they left off to end the second.
Yep. Spaulding, like you mentioned, picking up where they left off after 2, and Telfer having to come up big a couple of times there on that shift.
BFA winning the draw, and Corbin Schreindorfer doing a good job getting it all the way down. Spaulding is going to have to break it out going the other way through the neutral zone. I believe that's Mast with it up top to Solomon. Solomon slides over to McNamara. Good shot by McNamara. And Clark doing a good job in front with Frades. And there's a shot that comes up top to number 5, Malnati. Malnati just misses Telfer. But I was going to say, good job by Frades and Clark pushing their guys to the outside in front.
Yeah, BFAD has done a nice job all year clearing out in front of Mike Telfer.
So BFA killing the power play, 3-0 on their penalty kill, 3-0 on their penalty kill tonight. And again, with the 4-0 lead, last thing you want is to give Spaulding a quick goal there to start the third. Puck in the neutral zone. Johnson with it. Johnson will throw it all the way down, chased by Liam Wood. Touch pass there over on the far side board, shot in front. Long fellow there to push it wide and give Spaulding a chance to break it out the other way is Burke in the neutral zone. Savoy picking up for the Bobwhites. Touch pass there to Beauregard over to Wood.
Just missed that opportunity.
Broken up. Spaulding with it is Cresco. Cresco unable to find his man. However, puck still finds a way to come down into the BFA defensive zone. Cam Johnson with wheels chips it up to Rafferty, and just a quick offsides there, but almost an odd man rush going the other way for the third line here.
Yeah, I think the BFA forwards are now recognizing there's a little more time and space than they're used to, and they're being a little more patient, and I think they're starting to find some room to move the puck and to skate with it.
Rafferty doing work on McNamara in the corner. Gagne comes into support. Gagne pinching his defenseman. Spaulding trying to break it out. Puck comes up top to Ethan Audie. Shot on net, just goes wide. Gagne unable to capitalize off that shot off Audie as the puck came to the far side corner of the net. Shot up top, blocked by Spaulding. Puck comes out of the zone. BFA regrouping. Piper gets it over to Wilbur. Wilbur kind of deflects that with a redirecting pass off his skate. McNamara with it for the Tide in their defensive zone. BFA really starting to pour on the forecheck and not allow Spaulding to really have any success breaking out here.
Good pinch off there by Frades, using the body, keeping his elbows down. It was good body check.
Spaulding with it, fan shot there. Puck chipped up to Corbin, Schreindorfer. But Cresco will collect and throw it all the way down with a shot on net and a whistle as it just misses the net and is called for an icing 11:08 left in the third. I don't know if they're debating whether that hit Telfer. Both teams in the BFA offensive zone like it is an icing. And Rob Toy calls the icing. No, looks like they're gonna call it in center ice, which I don't know, might mean some sort of disagreement on the play.
Yeah, hard telling, not knowing.
Yeah, I don't know the reason behind that. So Audie set to take the draw. Audie kicked out of the faceoff. Webb steps in. There's a hit to the head by Webb.
Yeah.
And a penalty.
Yeah. So
wow,
again,
for a high stick. Good job by Webb staying disciplined there.
Yeah, no. Kudos to Levi for not losing his cool there. And you're right. BFA drawing the penalty.
And that, we saw it from a better angle. That wasn't just a high stick. That was a glove to the face there. So it wasn't just a stick up in the air. I mean, yes, but that was a hand to the face. So 11:03, let's see if BFA gets something going. Looks like we got the first unit out here as Beauregard takes the face off with Savoy and Colin Audie.
Let's just see if BFA can maintain their composure and not take a penalty during their power play.
So Madison there with a high stick. First unit out for the Bobwhites. Puck in the neutral zone, gaining the offensive zone. Sorry, Mass, not Madison. Puck up top to Ethan Audie, unable to hold that in. Finally gets it down low. Longfellow there to break up the dump in. Spaulding trying to get it out. McNamara there, finally able to do so. And just about a minute into the power play, and BFA unable to get any real opportunities to this point.
BFA's putting out their power play unit number 2. See if they can get anything done here.
Up top, Schreindorfer over to Wood. Wood to Webb, back to Frady, shot in front, rebound there, puck loose. Wood trying to get a shot off, and he just goes up and over the bar as there's a good opportunity by this second power play. Webb with it, chips it to Wood, redirects up top to Frady's, over to Schreindorfer. Schreindorfer slides it to Webb. Great play there as Webb gets a shot off, and some really good movement here by this second unit.
Yeah, a couple of good quality opportunities there as the BFA starting the controlling the boards on the power play, which is what you first rule of thumb, and then getting the puck back to the D and looking for the forwards down low off the flank. Levi Webb, Liam Wood both had good opportunities there to pull the trigger.
7 seconds left on the masked high sticking. Really, you could say BFA's first full power play, because as we saw in the 5-minute, they got 2 penalties of their own, where I think they only really end up seeing 30 seconds of power play.
If that.
Yeah. Puck in the neutral zone. Spaulding with it. Getting it down is Malnati. Wilbur's going to have to collect for the Bobwhites skating behind the net. Gets it up the boards to Swainbank. Swainbank up and out. However, thrown back down low by Cresco. BFA with it. Wilbur touches it over to Swainbank. Swainbank gets it down low. Gagne there on the far side. Puck comes up top to Johnson. Shot in front. Gagne unable to find the rebound as Johnson got a good shot there in front of Longfellow. However, unable to cash in on the rebound. And looks like we have some type of delay. Big hit there on Johnson.
Going to be another penalty being called against Spaulding here, delayed penalty. As the body's starting to bang heavy here,
Yeah.
Cam. Have you noticed it?
Yeah, well, the last game here during the dog tulip, the second and third really started to get pretty chippy, and as BFA gained a larger lead, you could see Spaulding kind of get frustrated, and there's Mast with his second penalty within the last 3 minutes. So if you look to a captain and you're down 4-0,
Yeah, you got to reel that in.
I mean, come on, you gotta look to lead this team, and you're not going to do that by spending it in the box with just under 8 minutes left.
You got to reel that in if you're the team captain. And again, nothing wrong with being aggressive. Nothing wrong with kind of showing your teammates a little gritty side. But
and you're right. I think there is 2 penalties within that play as they're calling for another guy. Yep. So the initial penalty, I believe, was on Solomon, and then Mast with that hit down in the corner to your left.
Against Johnson, yeah.
Yeah, which I think they're calling boarding on. We're going to listen in.
Yeah, the assistant captain of the Spaulding Crimson Tide is talking with the ref right now. As we listen in for a roughing call in a boarding.
No, so Mass had a high stick, which was actually the first. Again, another high stick. And then Solomon came in for the roughing to give BFA the 5-on-3 for 2 solid minutes. With 7:54 left in the second. So they're going to have some chances here to not only cash in on the 5-on-3, but then potentially have a 5-4 to follow.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm BFA, I'm not settling on a 4-0 win against Spaulding. Just my opinion.
Well, no, there's a bigger picture here, Cam, and that is offense has not been bountiful this year for the Bobwhites. So being more offensive right now, creating and finding ways to score goals is probably the most important piece to this whole next 2 minutes.
Thayer rips it all the way around the boards, comes up top to Ethan Audie, pass there to Savoy, shot on net, and great save by Longfellow. Regardless of the score, Longfellow has played a good game tonight.
But you know what I mean? Scoring is contagious, and when you start to score and you start to get into a rhythm, that's what you want going into the last third of the season. Bobwhites just really haven't had a stretch where they've been all that offensive this year.
Especially against the top half of the league.
With the exception of Potsdam.
So puck in the offensive zone, 5-on-3. BFA with it, Colin Audie circling around McNamara. Good move there. Pass up top to Johnson. Johnson unable to hold on. Will gain possession, slide over to Ethan Audie. Shot on net, and there's a save by Longfellow as that just finds his stomach. And he'll whistle that up. 11-11 left on the 5-on-3.
You can see the first power play unit just kind of licking their chops here right now. Little deflated after not being able to convert.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see Wood, Webb, and Rafferty. They had a good power play the last time around. Frady's up top with it. Shot on net, and there's a tip. I'm not sure if it tipped off Rafferty or Wood or if it was off Spaulding and Frady's got the goal. Looks like I think it was Wood who got the tip in. As Liam Wood gets his second point of the night, a couple guys, Wood, Ethan Audie, Beauregard, Webb, all having a couple points so far. We'll see who they give it to. I'll listen in.
Right. Nice.
So Webb gets the tip in. He was down there as well. Wood And Frady's with the assist, but BFA going up 5-0 with 45 seconds left here.
Yeah, that was a good power play goal by that second power play unit.
So 30 seconds left in the power play. BFA up 5-0, just about 6 minutes left from BFA moving to 12-2 on the season. Parker Gagne with it. Up top to Webb. Webb throws that all the way down, and Spaulding able to kill off the remainder of the BFA power play. And we'll go back to full strength. Aiden Savoy getting it into the zone. Comes up top to Ethan Audie. Ethan Audie throws it down. Wood forechecking. McNamara spinning around him. Spaulding able to get it out of the zone. Puck collected by Audie. And there's going to be a offsides on Spaulding with 5:26 left in the third. So a lot of Bobwhites getting on the scoreboard tonight.
Yeah, nice to see. It's a busy score sheet for the Bobwhites. Lots of, you know what I like tonight? Lots of assists.
Yep.
I think there's only been, out of the 5 goals, 1 unassisted goal by Sean Beauregard. And every other goal has had 2 helpers.
Dreindorfer, great pass in front. Shot there by Webb, unable to capitalize. And this first line starting to gel a little. A lot of good puck movement out of them.
Love that. Good give and go there by Schreindorfer, keeping his head up.
Puck comes down in the corner. Levi Webb there with it. Hit on Webb by McNamara. Puck comes up top to Ezra Lanphier. Lanphier skating all the way down behind the net. Got space, good pass there, wraparound opportunity by Audie, and net off the mooring as McNamara comes in for a little extracurricular, as they're not going to let BFA sit in front of that crease.
No, and you know what? Spaulding should take offense to that, mulling around the front of their goaltender. You know, they're up 5-0. It's late in the third period right now.
We've got an It's All Over coming from the student section, and puck is going to be a face-off all the way down.
Levi Webb with another penalty. So.
Oh, yep, that's Levi's second of the night. Let me listen in and see what the call was. Spaulding is going to be on their 4th power play, currently 0 for 3 on the night. 2 minutes for roughing. Mast with it, shot in front. A lot of traffic there in front of Telfer as Lombardi tries to get the screen. Mast with it. Leaves it for Lombardi. Back to Mast. Mast. Down low to Lombardi, back to Mast. Puck broken up and all the way down. And I said Webb for a roughing there, correct, Chris?
Webb for roughing, correct.
Yep. So Weber, that's Webb's second penalty of the night. Had a couple, and looks like there's a call there. And that's going to be on BFA. Ethan Audie's going to get called with a trip.
Yeah, you can see the Spaulding forward as Ethan got his stick in there, and it just kind of tripped up the Spaulding forward. The referee was right there to call it. A little bit of a questionable call, but, Bobwhites are up big. Referees are probably a little more sensitive to that.
So Spaulding's going to be 5-on-3 for 45 seconds. Puck up top as Hawkins gets it over to Kresko. Back up to Kresko. Shot there. Good save by Telfer.
Good play there by Colin Oddie. Bounce using the boards as a passing partner, and then able to collect it and send it down the ice.
3 minutes left in the third. 5-on-3. BFA doing a good job is Cam Piper, another defenseman who's had a good game tonight, had a good assist in the second period there. And shot thrown on net. Telfer will cover that up and take the whistle.
2:39 here left to Collins Pearlie. If you're just joining us, the Bobwhites up 5-0. Outside of the first period, I think they've played two pretty darn good periods of hockey. A lot better with the puck movement tonight.
Spaulding with it at the point. Good block shot there by Clark. He gets that one up top. Shot off the bar as Solomon gets an awesome opportunity. Clark banged up, roughing it out. You can tell he's hurt badly. Shot on net and whistle in front.
Clarkie hobbling around there in pretty good shape, looking for a shift.
He took one high for the team. Kudos to him as the coaching staff's giving him an applaud. Love to see that out of your freshman. Webb dancing around the defenseman, getting it down low. BFA killing that first power play. Spaulding 0 for 4. About 30 seconds left on the second power play. BFA's had a good PK unit all year.
Yeah, they haven't given up many power play goals, except the Rice game where they gave up 2. I don't recall a game where they've really given up that much.
But even that game was special teams for the majority of both the second and third, so. 1:30 left in the period. Ethan Audie, tripping call at even strength. Spaulding with it, McNamara behind the net. Wood with it, trying to get it out. Gets it over to Lanphier. Lanphier getting it to Webb, skating the other way is Webb, one-on-one. Great move there by Webb, one-on-one, just the goalie to beat. Wraps around and can't get a shot off, but good showcase of speed there as Webb kind of breaks away for a last-minute breakaway opportunity. Just under a minute as Camden Piper unable to hold the puck in the zone. Colin Audie with it, skating the other way. Behind the net. Up top to Piper. Shot there by Piper. Kuchar tries to tip it, can't do so. Spaulding with it, just under 30 seconds. Puck thrown into the neutral zone and tipped all the way down is Paquin. And Bobwhites going the other way. Ethan Audie getting it down low, just under 10 seconds. And that's gonna just about do it as BFA will improve to 12-2 on the year, and Spaulding will drop to 4-9. They did have a game against Colchester on Monday. I don't have the result of that, but regardless, you want to get your mask on?
I'm actually pretty good with it, unless you're upset by it.
Oh, I just don't want to get called out by any of the officials, but we'll move on. That's fine. It's your choice. Looks like you got it. Is it busted?
I'm not sure, Cam.
Okay.
I'm just.
Okay.
It's just awkward for me right now.
Well, feel free to take off your headset and throw it on.
No,
but,
I'm good.
BFA again, with the 5-0 win there, going to 11-2 on the year. Again, Spaulding dropping to 4-9. I just mentioned they had a game on Monday against Colchester. We're not sure the outcome there. But no, good win for the Bobwhites.
Yeah.
Kind of got off to a sluggish start.
Yep.
But in the second period, certainly able to find some puck movement, and I think they were able to get some offensive production because of that.
Yeah, I want to talk about the first line a little bit here, and you're absolutely right. I think BFA's goal production has been spotty throughout the year. They've had pockets of games where they've been able to pour goals in, and then they've had games where they've just haven't looked very good offensively. And tonight, I noticed that first line is just starting to just create some space and create some opportunity, and they're a lot more patient with the puck right now. They don't have happy feet. I really feel like they've had happy feet for a good portion of the season, and tonight was a tribute to that. Very successful, and I thought they played well. Second line does what the second line does. They come out and give you a good forecheck, and probably the line that maybe moves the puck a little bit better than the others. And then the third line, you roll out the third line tonight, and they come right at you, and they're looking to pick up where the first and second left off. So I love the fact that BFA has moved the puck more tonight. They've had more space to hold on to it, more time to hold on to it, and I think it's showing that their heads are up, they're on a swivel, they're starting to look for open players now.
Special teams, another good showing for the Bobwhites. 1 for 3 on the power play. Maybe like to see another one there. But again, the PK 5 for 5 on the night.
Yeah, BFA in some cases uses the penalty kill as an opportunity to control the play and create some more offense. There's one less player on the ice. There's a little more space for them to skate. So it's not a big handicap for the Bobwhites to play a man down, except when you're playing some of the better teams like a Rice or an Essex, where those teams do a better job controlling the puck and they're a little bit more skilled and a little deeper. So the penalty kills continue to be a bright spot for BFA all year, and tonight they did a great job.
Just recapping the third, the senior captain for Spaulding, Mass, with a high sticking call on both. Solomon with the roughing. Again, BFA getting a power play goal there. The fifth goal by Webb, Wood, and Frades, which was the second power play unit getting that goal. And then Webb with another penalty as he gets called for roughing, and Audie with a tripping call. So BFA, with a total of 5 penalties there, you'd like to see them again maybe clean that up when it comes time to playing Rice and Essex. But playing a chippy Spaulding team, you're going to run into that a little bit.
You take a penalty because you've spent a lot of time in your defensive zone and you're tired and you're running around and, you're trying to prevent the other team from scoring. Yeah, I get that. But when you're in the offensive zone or you're on the power play and you take a penalty, those are undisciplined, dumb penalties, and they will cost you down the stretch. And I think that's where BFA has to really kind of reel that in.
With that being said, it's time for the Northwest Access Player of the Game. Just a heads up, no shirt tonight, but we will have 2 shirts on Saturday. But we still need to award 1 player for tonight's performance. I'll let you make the call, which, we can argue about that afterwards. But just to give you a recap of a couple players that came across my mind, and then you'll make, the decision from there. Obviously Ethan Audie has had stellar play throughout the season, really since he's been a freshman. He had a goal and assist tonight, but I really think he was involved in just a lot of play, just from top to bottom, scoring or not, does a lot of good things, breaks the puck out well. Liam Wood with a couple big assists. He had 2 points tonight. Sean Beauregard with a couple goals. Shawnee's already got a player of the game, so we'll probably pass it along. And then, Webb with a couple penalties, but Webb with a goal and 2 assists. We saw a lot of good puck movement out of him. But that's just kind of who jogged my mind. I'm not sure if you saw someone else there. What do you think?
No, I think all of those players you mentioned are certainly candidates. I think of, of course, you guys have already awarded 5 players, 5 or 6 games.
6.
So six players of the game. So we try and spread out the wealth here. For me tonight, Ethan Oddie was probably the best combination of defensive play and offensive play. He has started a lot of the offensive opportunities simply by getting a good shot away from the point. He handles the puck very well at the blue line. His defensive play is always very solid. He puts the puck in safe places. He can skate with it. He's a good passer, his heads up. And if you want him to get tough and battle the biggest kid on the ice, he'll do that too.
Yeah.
Ethan hasn't been really, he's been mentioned plenty of times, but he has not had a shirt yet this year. And he's going to be my player of the game, Cam. Plus, I'm pretty sure his parents will buy me a drink before our next game if I give him the player of the game. So that's my reasoning.
I think I might be taking him and his brother out to Mimo's for a little za tomorrow night. So just a double bonus there. Might give my brother the invite too. He had a good showing, as we mentioned, moved the puck well. But congratulations to Ethan. We'll get you that shirt come this weekend after the Colchester game. Just let's take a moment again to thank our sponsors: Northwestern Orthopedics, Collins Pearly Sports and Fitness Center, Barrett Ford, JC Image, Handy Toyota, and Corporate Outfitters. If your business would like to be a sponsor for Northwest Access TV's sports coverage this winter, please contact 802-782-8676. Another note with that, Northwest Access TV is a nonprofit organization. If you're enjoying the sports coverage throughout the year, please consider making a donation. Just visit northwestaccess.tv/donation. Before we sign off here, moving forward, we got 2 big games down the pipeline. First one this weekend, you'll be making the call with me again, Bliss in Hawaii. But we've got number 4, 9-4 Colchester coming to the complex. Was a 6-3 game, I believe, an empty netter down at Letty. I'm really excited to watch that one.
Oh, they will be. The Colchester boys are going to come up here, and these 2 teams know each other very well, growing up in youth hockey.
Yep.
A lot of them played spring hockey together. Colchester's going to bring it. They'd love nothing more than to come up here and knock BFA off in their own home rink. For the Bobwhites, it's an opportunity to continue to build on what they started tonight and beat not a Rice, not an Essex, but probably a team that's not far behind either one of them.
Yep.
And so you're going to have to win those games convincingly going forward. Mm-hmm. Not convincingly, but win them in a fashion that you play well and you're rewarded for your play and you win the game. So creating more positive energy, more mojo against Colchester, I think is really, really important, especially going into next week's game against Essex down in Essex. So big game in my mind.
Yeah, oh yeah, it is. So thanks everyone for joining again. We'll be here Saturday night, 7 o'clock for Puck Drop. Cameron Wood alongside Chris Wood signing off here at the Collins Pearly Sports Complex, Northwest Access TV. Good night, folks.